Should we give Shadowlands another chance?
Big changes are coming to World of Warcraft. Hey guys, my name is Nixxiom, and today we're going to be talking about World of Warcraft Shadowlands. Now I know what you're all thinking. You couldn't give two hoots about Shadowlands. The Jailer, Sylvanas' amazing storyline conclusion, what's happening at the end of this expansion, but hold up guys.
I think the only reason why the story was so bad, I feel like they actually rushed it or something. There are like so many pieces missing to make it a good story, unfortunately. It's just like it jumps from there to there and nobody understands what the heck is going on. To be honest, when I first played through Shadowlands, I had no clue what was going on. Even though I was like reading all the quests and everything, I was freaking confused.
Hold up. Don't tune out just yet, because some big changes are coming to World of Warcraft down the road with the end of this expansion that might just perk your interest. Maybe. Now I'm just a messenger, so you just let me know down in the comments section below if none of this crap is of interest to you. But before we do start talking about what's next, you know what we gotta do. That's right, we gotta thank today's sponsor. Let's just get it out of the way, shall we? Today's video was sponsored by HelloFresh.
Oh,
Are
really?
you too busy to constantly go to and from the grocery store every single day to get fresh food? Well, fear not, my friends, because that is where HelloFresh comes in to save your day. And money. With over 50 weekly meal options, including a rotating selection, just choose your favorite dish from HelloFresh and have the selected meals delivered.
You know what's fun here? For some time I actually thought about trying out HelloFresh. Have you guys tried HelloFresh yet, and how is it? Like, let me know in the comment section. Like, I really consider trying it out. I'm not even kidding.
Directly to your doorstep, along with simple, step-by-step, easy-to-follow recipes to guide you through the cooking process. The ingredients, they're all fresh, they're all pre-proportioned, and ready to go upon opening their packaging, ensuring that you have just the right amount of stuff you need for each satisfying and delicious meal. Listen, I have never considered myself to be much of a cook, but HelloFresh makes it all so easy that I was able to cook up this recipe in less than 30 minutes. Guys, if you'd like to check them out, use my link down below in the description or go to HelloFresh.com and use the code POGNixxiom16 for up to 16 free meals plus 3 surprise gifts across 6 HelloFresh boxes.
Wow.
And don't worry, there is free shipping. Happy cooking, everybody. Enjoy. All right, everybody, here we go. Let's establish a few things before we jump into the future of Shadowlands. Let's talk about where we're presently at with this expansion. Now, I know that many of you guys are not playing the game right now. I mean, I've been playing a lot of Star Wars The Old Republic personally.
And Final Fantasy XIV?
9.2, it's been out for about 2-ish months by this point, and despite all the negativity that Shadowlands has gotten so far, 9.2 really hasn't been that bad. In fact, most of the community reviews of this patch lean more in a favorable direction.
Yeah, it's better than 9.0.
Interesting zone full of cool creatures and deadly moss swarms and cute little fellas like these. I mean, look at this old guy. Isn't he cute? Come on now. You know you like him.
Yeah. But I actually think, I'm not kidding, like the new mounts and even like the zone, I don't think it's like a horrible zone if you look through it, right? Like there's a lot of green and stuff. It looks like interesting, and like those kind of runes, like those mossy freaking balls everywhere and stuff. And the mounts are just so nice. Like I really like the new mounts there. I think it's nice. And yeah, this thingy, and you can get like freaking pets and stuff as well. I think it's interesting. It's definitely better than how they started Shadowlands, and there are like more conclusions now and some sort of like endings for certain stories that they opened up at 9.0. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I freaking didn't get anything of the story in Shadowlands. It was just too confusing to me. Like this happens, then this happens, and this happens. There's like no background explained or anything, and I haven't read the novels, so I only know what I know from questing and doing stuff in-game. So yeah, I don't know. If they really expect people to read a book to understand the story, I think that's not the right direction, because Final Fantasy XIV and many other MMOs, they don't expect the players to read freaking novels in their free time to understand what's going on in-game. Like, I think it's so strange if you actually do stuff like that. Like, novels should be an extension to the lore or something like that, right? They shouldn't be like freaking puzzle pieces that you need to collect off game time, like when you're not playing, to understand when you are playing. Like, that's so strange.
Cute little fellas like these. I mean, look at this old guy. Isn't he cute? Come on now. You know you like him. Overall, it seems that Blizzard with 9.2 has tried to recreate the magic of the Timeless Isle. Now, yeah, there's dailies and rare spawns and all that crap that you would expect, but you also have the ability to do interesting things like crafting your own pets and mounts in this.
Yeah, those mounts are so nice. I love them.
And well, the patch and Zereth Mortis, it's just not as bad as we thought it was going to be, all right?
Yeah.
At least I don't think it's as bad.
It's an improvement, for sure.
That's just my opinion, and that's kind of where we're at right now. All right, so we're all caught up with the current state of the game, right? Any questions? All right, good. Now, let's take a look into the future, starting with something simple and working our way up in the cool scale. Recently, in a blue post, WoW developers have let us know a couple of things. The first thing that we got is that we are getting Season 4 for Shadowlands coming soon. Now, what that means is most likely we are not going to be seeing this new expansion release up until either late this year or more than likely the first part of next year. Now, personally, me, like I said, I'm playing a lot of stuff outside of WoW right now, so I'm not too mad about this, but...
Yeah, I think that's actually important. If you don't want to get burnt out with like a single game and you're like maybe not so happy with the current patch or something, or what's like going on, then it's always good to have like a sidekick game. Like, no, like seriously, to have like a second game that you actually really enjoy as well. Like I have this with Final Fantasy 14, for example, and sometimes I also play some Minecraft or something, right? And that helps me to not get frustrated with WoW, because like not everything is bad in WoW, but if I only play WoW, I see like the parts that are bad and they're like stronger, obvious to me then, right? But if I play like other games and there's some bullshit in WoW, I don't see that bullshit as heavily as I would if I only played WoW, if that makes any sense. And yeah, if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content.
But different people will have their own thoughts. Okay, so that's just a small thing. PvP, seasons and stuff aside, though, the main points that have the community excited is the introduction of changes to the current style of Mythic Plus dungeons and current raiding content. First, the smaller change. Raiding in Season 4 of Shadowlands is going to include not only the Sepulture of the first ones, but also Castle Nefaria, or however the fuck you pronounce it, and Sanctum of Dominion. Raids from 9.0 and 9.1 in Shadowlands.
Nice.
Raids outside of the current patch will actually be relevant again for the first time in a long time. They will all drop loot appropriate to the current player power and will actually have their difficulty increased. Now,
that's nice.
Hold on. I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking, Nixxiom, I already did Castle Narnia. Actually, you probably didn't. You guys have been playing that anime game. Don't think I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah,
I know what you're up
it's
to.
true, he's right.
Anyway, you're probably thinking, Nixxiom, I already did Sanctum when they were new. Why would I want to go back and do them again? Who cares about
because
the
better gear?
I already got all the transmogs I wanted anyway. Well, for all you Mythic Plus dungeon players out there, this is going to sound familiar. Blizzard is actually adding affixes to the raids to make them more interesting and more difficult and to draw players back in. And for anybody that doesn't know what an affix is, in Mythic Plus dungeons and WoW, affixes are these different things that players have to deal with in addition to all
like
the
handicaps.
normal dungeon boss mechanics, such as bolstering, for example. This is an affix that changes non-boss enemies to let out a cry on death, which bolsters nearby enemies' health and damage. Now, how will this play out in a raid? And are they going to use
adjust
the same
to that
affixes in the raids that they do for current Mythic Plus? Only time will tell. But now let's talk about Mythic Plus. The changes to Mythic Plus are probably the most exciting thing to come out of this blue post, and that is the developers at Blizzard are actually sort of listening, at least a little bit. While raiding in Season 4 is making all the raids from Shadowlands expansion relevant again, Mythic Plus is making different dungeons from past expansions relevant too. You heard me right. Dungeons from Shadowlands, Battle for Azeroth, Legion, even Warlords of...
Wait, like Legion and like Battle for Azeroth and Plus are also scaling now? That means like the gear will be the same item level? Wait, did I miss that one? Yo, that is so cool. That means you don't have to always do the same M plus runs. You can do like now also old school ones from like freaking BFA and stuff. That is actually really nice. I think that's a very good change.
Different dungeons
I can
from
gear
past
differently
expansions
now
relevant too. You heard me right. Dungeons from Shadowlands, Battle for Azeroth, Legion, even Warlords of Draenor, yeah, will be current content again, dropping current item level gear and coming with their own set of affixes to work around. The current list of dungeons is both wings of Tarzan from Shadowlands, both the Junkyard and Workshop sections of Operation Mechagon from Battle for Azeroth,
yes, please.
the lower
I love
and
it.
upper sections
The Mechagon
from
one is
Return
fun.
to Karazhan and Legion, and due to popular vote from the community, Iron Docks and Grimrail Depot from Warlords of Draenor.
Whoa, there are 2 Iron Docks?
Even with all this, Blizzard is adding quality of life updates as well, such as a
and Dragonflight, keep that in mind.
Freeze the moving background in Grimrail Depot to help players with their motion sickness. That was a thing back in the day, if you guys don't remember.
Motion sickness?
These are all exciting changes, and they are ones that I'm looking forward to. But, of course, this is all subject to change. And as we all know, Blizzard is going to have to do a lot to earn their trust back. But I say that this, if it all happens the way they say it, it's a good step in the right direction.
It definitely is.
And I didn't even talk about cross-faction game.
This was like one of the issues I had actually with WoW recently, and I kept pointing this out on Twitch streams and stuff. And yeah, by the way, we also have Twitch, so feel free to follow us there. And yeah, the thing was like, I was always upset that in WoW, it's not like, for example, in ESO and Final Fantasy XIV, where you can go to freaking like older dungeons and you scale with them or they scale with you. And in ESO, it's just like that. For example, I was playing ESO for a long time, for many years. And there we could do any single dungeon and we would never be overgeared for that. Like, it would all scale, right? And I think that's way better to make all content relevant in an MMO than just the latest freaking expansion. Like, that is so stupid. And it's so boring because you get like the small crumb of this big cake or something, basically. It's just stupid. So I think it's good and a good direction to make like old content viable also in the future and not make it like, oh, our devs spent like a half year working on those dungeons or so. You know what? It doesn't matter. It's no more relevant. People can go for like the transmogs and mounts, but that's it. And then like people go there a few times, get the mounts, get the freaking transmog, and they just never come back again. It's not good. Like, World of Warcraft is such a big game, but currently only a small portion of the game can actually be freaking used, right? I think it's like such a waste. Like, time walking, in my opinion, and leveling characters is way too quick. Like, I love leveling up characters, but it takes me just a few days and I'm already max level, and then I never go back to those zones. Like Warlords of Draenor, for example. Would be cool if now there's like a infinite time walking or something, where you can do like whatever you want, and you're not like out leveled. Yeah, so you're not one-shot everything. Because I think one-shotting everything is boring.
And I didn't even talk about cross-faction gameplay that's getting added in patch 9.2.5. So you'll be able to do all this content with your dirty, disgusting Alliance friends that were just too weak to ever re-roll as a big burly orc. Now, I will say, though, if I do play
nothing wrong with Alliance,
and I see a gnome try to get into my party, I will immediately uninstall the game, and I will hunt you down, and I will destroy you.
He's anti-gnome, I know.
That's right.
He really
So what
hates
do you guys
gnomes.
think? Are you excited about these changes? Is any of this making you consider coming back to WoW? Check out Shadowlands again?
I didn't quit.
Or are you done? You gonna stick with Star Wars The Old Republic? Any other game you're currently playing? What do you think, guys? I'm excited. You're excited. Let's see what the future of World of Warcraft has in store. My name is Nixxiom. Thank you all for watching. If you would like to hear my thoughts on the new World of Warcraft expansion, the Dragonflight thing, I shared all my thoughts on
this was a nice video. We checked that one out as well.
I will provide a link down in the description. So go check that out. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you want. Thank you all for watching. I love you. And remember always, stay cool, stay sexy. Never trust a warlock in a red robe.
Never trust a warlock in a red robe. Yeah, that was so funny. No, but seriously, I like those changes that are coming with 9.2.5. And there's like finally stuff that the community has asked for. Because I've read on forums also that people actually wanted like old content, old dungeons to be relevant. Like people wanted to not one-shot everything and just run solo in to get freaking mounts and transmogs. And that now like there's something in Warlords of Draenor even. We're going like even further back the timeline and Legion that is like freaking scaling. Or like it's like the current level, let's just say. It's not like, it's like being scaled up basically to current level, right? And that's really nice. It makes World of Warcraft now a way bigger game. Like, it will feel big again. Like, I remember back in the day with like freaking vanilla World of Warcraft and like the first freaking expansions like TBC and Wrath of the Lich King. Like, you had such a big world and the world felt so big because you could go to so many different places and everything was sort of like slow paced in comparison to now where you just like immediately level up and stuff. That you had like more involvement with all kinds of zones and stuff, and now there's like barely any contact or involvement with zones in WoW because you just rush through everything, get to the latest expansion, and that's it. So for me personally, and that's my opinion, I think this is really great to make old content viable. How do you guys feel about that? Let me know in the comment section. And I'm really looking forward to freaking cross faction because it's actually so annoying to see how Horde is always on top. If you look at Mythic Plus freaking leaderboards, like raid groups, like raid guilds and stuff, it's always the Horde that's on top, and you have to like scroll down for eternity to see someone in Alliance somewhere, right? Like, it's crazy. I feel like there should be more balance in the factions, and so many people are actually leaving now Alliance to go to Horde, and I'm actually afraid that at some point like Alliance will just die out. Like, I hope that this cross-faction thingy will actually fix things and people maybe even come back to Alliance because they prefer the look or the races there or something. Because I know there are like a lot of people that just change the faction, not because they don't like the lore or the looks of the Alliance, but because they are friends or the really competitive players, they're on the Horde side. So they kind of like maybe don't even agree or like the kind of like setting with the Horde. But they go there anyway because of their friends or good guilds. So yeah, let's see how this will change things. And yeah, if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. And I would really appreciate if you could give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this one. And I will see you guys next time.